Graduated in elementary education with an early childhood specialist specialty. Went back to Idaho and taught kindergarten for about 8 years. I just always liked helping kids. So for me, it was a good route. Looking towards my future, I thought, you know what, teaching would be a good route for me. Teaching kindergarten and first grade, it really made me kind of hone in on the literacy aspect of teaching. I love helping kids learn to read. In 1998, a lady by the name of Hester Rippey received a calling in her church, and she was called to be the stake literacy specialist. At that time, that particular calling was fairly new in the church, and she's like, where do I go to get trained? And they said, we don't know, just help people to learn. Did some research, noticed that about 29% of the students at the local elementary schools were not reading at grade level. So by November of 2002, they opened the center within the library, the Lehi City Library. It was about 2,000 square feet at that point, but it's just grown and grown from there. But to my knowledge, I don't believe there's any other program within this area that is to the capacity that we are.
Wow.
We have more than 1,000 students a year come through our center. We have a lot of students that come just because they love coming. But our program is free for Lehi City residents. And the students come twice a week from 9:30 to 11:30 for about a semester-long period of time for that ABC pre-K program. A lot of times we do have a couple of our teachers that came through our program as children and then also came back and volunteered and now are teaching for us. There are 12 elementary schools within Lehi City area, and only 5 of those schools get out in time to be able to utilize our 3 o'clock hour. This coming fall we will be offering 4 and 5 o'clock only. So if they do, we have a lot of kids that will come for one session and then maybe sit out a session or two and then come back again, say in the summer. We've always been able to find a spot for everyone. A few summers ago, after COVID-19 happened, our summer session exploded. And we had about 470 spots filled for summer. I think the long-term plan for the Literacy Center was to house us in the library again. The Literacy Center has grown a lot. One of the things that I really like about our program is we don't have state-mandated testing. We don't have, we just help kids from where they are and help them grow their skills, which I think is phenomenal.
The power of your mind is very powerful. If you want to get good at something, it's just practice. I mean, there's not a secret weapon here. It's just practice.
We don't work here. We just play. I'm like, well, I'm glad you think that. Nobody wants to do things over and over and over that they're not good at. I could have a kindergartner at set 1 still learning letters and sounds, but I could also have a first grader there that hasn't mastered those letters and sounds yet. We see it all the time. We do. I don't know that I can bring a specific example to my mind right now, but we see it all the time. And we have parents that will come back to us and say, you know what? They just had their end of year testing and they're now at grade level. So those success stories tell us that we know they're growing. The teachers will just make the parents aware of this program that's available, and a lot of times we do get students that parents are just not sure what else to do. Periodically, there's challenges. One of the challenges of being a free program is we will have parents that sign up their child for a session, and then if anything comes up, like swimming lessons or soccer or anything else, I'm the only full-time person employed at the Literacy Center as the director. I have 4 part-time coordinators. I have an ABC program coordinator. I have a phonics set program coordinator. I have a math program coordinator and a book club program coordinator. But in the summer, we have a volunteer at every table, and we offer classes at 9, 10, 11, and 12, and I run 13 tables every hour. I'll have a paid teacher at the table that's just a part-time paid employee that's the teacher.
If somebody wants to volunteer, how do they what's the process for that?
They just go to our website, and there is a link for reading and math volunteers. But you know what? We're lucky to have as many computers as we have. I don't know, 28 or 29 computers within our center. And the students do go to computers once a week for a 10-minute chunk of time. I will say that when I started with the city about 6 years ago, the number of English language learners that we had enrolled in our program was not very high. But in the past 6 years, we've seen a real influx of English language learners. Ivory Homes Corporation approached us about 3 years ago, and the lady that works for Ivory Homes went through our program as a child. And she said it made the biggest difference in my life.
Anything else for the future? Anything else that is on the horizon?
We get calls all the time for additional help for math, especially middle school and high school math. I love just the moments when the kids finally get it, or when they feel good about themselves, finally. I just think it's a great program. I'm a real advocate for literacy and helping kids, and I was amazed when I found this program because it allows me to do what I love, and I think every community should have one of these programs. It's good for parents to try it first, see if it will work for them. If not, then reach out to other resources that maybe they would be willing to pay for or whatnot. Hopefully we can build their confidence and help them believe that they can do it. They can do it. With practice and effort, they can do it. And we're here to help them do that. I'm always amazed at, we try and go to different events, the Halloween extravaganza and different events around the city and handing out flyers, and I'm always amazed that there's still so many people in Lehi that don't know about us.